Okay, so you're drowning in lecture recordings, right? Stacks of PDFs, endless YouTube links. We've all been there.
Absolutely. And that's where this tool, Turbo AI, it used to be called TurboLearn AI, comes in.
Yeah, they make a pretty bold pitch. Upload almost anything, audio, video, PDFs, links, and it turns it into, well, usable study materials.
That's the idea. They're boasting, what, 500,000 users? And a really high App Store rating, 4.8 stars.
So today, our mission is to kind of dig past that marketing gloss. Does this thing actually turn all that content chaos into clarity for you? Let's find out.
Let's unpack it. So the tech itself, it seems to start with transcription, right? For audio and video.
Exactly. It transcribes, then feeds that into these large language models.
Yeah.
You know, the AI engines like ChatGPT uses to actually build the study materials.
And the outputs they promise are pretty ambitious. It's not just a transcript.
No, not at all. The sources we looked at mentioned things like really well-formatted notes, tables, diagrams.
Even emojis, apparently, which something.
Yeah. But more importantly, custom quizzes generated from the content. And flashcards using spaced repetition.
Ah, spaced repetition. That's proven stuff for memory, isn't it?
It is. And they even say it can turn lectures into a sort of podcast feed so you can review on the go.
Okay, that range is impressive. And the user signals look strong, too, founded by students.
Right. 500,000 users they claim by this year, rank pretty high in education apps. Number 58.
But there's always a but, isn't there? When you look at how it actually performs, things get a bit more nuanced.
Yeah, let's get into that. What do the reviews actually say?
Well, initially, some positive points. Speed was one. Fritz.ai tested it with a TED Talk, got results fast. They like the smart scheduling, too.
Okay.
And Unite.ai, they highlighted the multi-format support. You know, upload, read, watch it, handles it. Seems good for, like, general lecture dumps.
Lecture dumps. I like that term. So humanities, maybe, introductory courses.
Exactly, broad stroke stuff. But this is where we hit the caveats.
Right. The limitations. What did people find?
Some reviewers mentioned the interface felt a bit unfinished, like somewhat in beta, UI quirks, prompts not quite lining up.
Okay. Growing pains, maybe?
Possibly. Unite AI also flagged slow uploads sometimes, and crucially, that it kind of struggles if you try to dig deep beyond surface content.
Okay, that leads to the big one, doesn't it? Accuracy. Especially for students.
That's the core issue, really. It's a pattern we see with a lot of this generative AI. The consensus seems to be it's just not always accurate in technical subjects.
So great for summarizing a history lecture, maybe, but if you're doing, I don't know, advanced physics or complex coding?
Precisely. Deeply quantitative fields or anything super technical, it's making statistical guesses, essentially, not performing rigorous logical steps. It's good at structure, but it's not the expert.
It's not the professor, yeah. You absolutely have to check its work.
Which brings us to the access tiers. The free starter plan sounds quite limited, maybe 2 hours of lecture time. Limited quizzes.
Right, so if you're dealing with technical stuff where you know you need to proofread heavily.
Does the premium plan actually save you time, then? Or are you just swapping listening time for editing time? It feels like you'd need premium for any real workflow, but that proofreading burden, that stays with you.
Okay, so let's try and synthesize this. The verdict seems to be, Turbo AI is a powerful tool, a shortcut for getting through basic information, maybe organizing it, but it's not magic.
Definitely not a miracle worker. It handles the administrative side, the organizing, quite well. But the more technical your field, the more your own brain, your critical thinking has to be involved.
So the advice for anyone listening who wants to try it?
I'd say start simple. Use it on less technical stuff first.
Yeah.
And always treat the outputs, especially those quizzes it makes, as a way to check your own understanding against the original material. Don't just trust the notes blindly.
Use it as a self-check tool, not the source of truth.
Exactly.
Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on, maybe until our next deep dive. If even these advanced AI tools still need a human expert to step in and verify accuracy, especially in complex technical areas,
Yeah.
well, what does that really tell us about the fundamental importance of our own critical judgment, you know? Especially now, when we're surrounded by so much machine-generated information. Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. Keep questioning.